Well, good afternoon. Johnathan B is my name. Real quick, what I'm doing is CBT and substance use disorders. And now we're going to get into it. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. We're now in our second session. We went over ground rules, but touch on that briefly. As you know, confidentiality, and we have a new classmate here, or someone who's attending now, who just stepped in, Kendra.
Hi, everyone.
So we can all briefly introduce, say our names, so she's familiar starting here.
My name's Terry.
My name's Pete.
And I'm Johnathan. Welcome, Kendra.
Thank you.
So with this class, we are now, well, we had homework went over last time, but we'll get into that later. Dealing with this, we're going to talk about a few things. One, I just want to ask everybody how they're feeling today. Starting off, how's everyone feeling?
I feel really good.
Yeah, I'm feeling slightly anxious and a little bit nervous.
Okay, why so?
Just because this is new and just new, and I'm always nervous when it's new.
Okay, yeah, I understand too. Yeah, new is kind of the initial part, but that's part of it too. We in here is confidential. We all respect each other's time, respect each other. We also do not disrespect one another, or even if it might be court mandated, we don't talk about DSS or any other people in any kind of way. So let's get into that too, about where we are now. Pete, I know with you and where you was, what drug was, and how long have you been sober? Or
Well, I've been sober now for a long time, over 20 years, but I used to use a lot of heroin, and it takes a toll on you over time, so I'm real blessed that I don't use it more today.
Okay, then do you mind telling what's one thing that helped you in this 20-year process? Stay away from
the
it.
judge at the courthouse. He helped me a great deal when he told me if I came back in there, he'd send me to prison.
I understand it, which is, yeah, that's important. I mean, we do have our motivators, as we know. I mean, that's a motivation, how you use it. How about you, Teresa?
Well, I've been clean about 2 weeks. I've been smoking crack real bad. And it's gotten real bad where I'm stealing from my mother, my family members, and I used to sit in groups like this and look at people and think, God, how can they do that? And now I'm doing it, and I need all the help I can get.
Yeah, and I mean, so are you here voluntarily reminding yourself, or it was a legal issue?
It's not legal. I don't have any family support. My mom's thrown me out of the house, and I don't have any friends. I've kind of burned a lot of bridges, and I'm just out on my own. So I just need all the help I can get.
Well, we're glad you're here, and you can look, as we gain trust with each other, I'm sure this group will be, including myself, hopefully a help to you. Will be. And yourself?
I'm here. I have found a combination of alcohol and cocaine. I've been kind of a long-term alcohol user. I started with cocaine because I offered to keep me up, and the alcohol bring me down. And I'm here because it's only caught up with me. My husband's left me, and I lost my job, so I'm just kind of
Yeah, we're glad you're here too. Because you could have went elsewhere, back to the drug or whatever you used to, but you're here. So glad you're here too. Kendra, I know it's your first time. Hate to put you on the spotlight. But to Ernie, I mean, do you have anything to tell us about you?
Well, just a little bit of what I've done is I've experimented with, various things, pills, heroin. It's been a lot, and I am here because it's put me in a situation where I don't have my kids anymore, and my kids mean everything to me, and it's a way that I would like, a step that I would like to take for my kids, because I really would like to raise them and be in their lives.
So part of attending this is part of getting back with your kids.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Okay. Thank you for exposing that. Well, oh yeah, we did this before as homework, but I rephrased this for you. I would ask Teresa or P if remembering this phrase about what a cognitive distortion is. Do you remember? Or Ann, we went over this before.
Yes, I do. I know what they are.
So what is a cognitive distortion?
That's when we're not thinking clearly. Our cognitions have got crossed up, the wires are crossed, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we tend to do that when we're using them. We don't think clearly when we do irrational things, maladaptive behaviors and things like that.
Like
Great
me
point.
stealing the money out of my mom's wallet.
A great example.
Is it like when I took those pills thinking that it was better, I would better be able to handle my kids, and it really didn't? Is that what a cognitive?
It could be. So, because you said dealing with your emotions, right?
Right, because I just felt like I was a better mom. I had more energy and I could do several things at once until I couldn't anymore.
Wow.
Like
What?
rational.
Yeah, exactly. Rationalizing, that's one. That's a great point. That can be, one term is emotional reasoning, like you're saying, where I'm trying to reason that I'm gonna be a better mother I can do this. Emotionally, I'll be able to contain myself better.
But how can it be? Like I just felt like I had so much energy, like, and I just.
Yeah, exactly. So you say you felt. Tell me if I'm wrong. I want to make sure I'm right talking. So you saying that you felt you would be able to handle the kids better emotionally or mentally, or you was more calm or more
physically,
energetic? Okay.
Yeah, it was a lot of things for me.
Yeah, understandable. What does the group members want to add to that?
You know, I would say this, your disease will turn on you. When you first start using drugs, everything's good. But
So like honeymoon phase.
as you progress through the addiction, it starts to turn on you. When you used to have all that energy, you don't have it anymore. It turns against you. Alcohol does the same thing, just like pills do. They both turn against you. What you used to love, you'll start to hate. And when you start to hate it enough, you'll come to these rooms. These rooms will get on with it and say,
And following up, Kendra, yes, how long has it been since you have not been? I think you mentioned that. Sorry, not been using.
It's been about 2 months.
Okay, so yeah, I line it to
But
what people say.
since I've used, but I've lost my job, I've lost my house, I've lost my car, and my kids, which are the main thing. But I know that I can't get my kids back if I don't have a way of supporting them. So I was hoping that this group would steer me in the right direction, give me some sort of positive people in my life that
Yeah, that's important. That is part.
seeing other people would probably motivate me, especially with setting goals and stuff.
Exactly, setting goals. Yeah, we're here to support. It's still on you internally, as Pete was mentioning about how tired am I getting of this, but we are here to support, and everybody here is great with that. We are here to support. Did you have something to add, Ann? You were saying, Teresa?
I was just thinking of the support that I can identify with Cameron, just having lost my job.
And I can.
And I was going to do one more cognitive phrase, bring it to what you were saying, and I was going to ask Teresa Ann and put, the word we was going to use today in group was catastrophize. And that is a cognitive distortion, as Pete was into. So Teresa Ann, do you remember what that term means? We went over, that was our homework, actually.
I don't, to be honest.
No
Practice
problem.
kind of got my.
No problem at all. How about you, Ann?
Seems I'm kind of the same. It seems like as you take a situation and just it I guess, for lack of a better term, you make a mountain out of a molehill.
Yeah, you blow it up. That's right, blowing up. Correct. And that's why I would say not to emphasize with you losing those things. I mean, I can't imagine. I know this, her, if I know how it is losing. But you do have hope, as we talk about with your kids. And you continue this process, and you continue doing what you're doing. What had he mentioned? It is the strong possibility to get your children back, correct? So everything is not gone. And cars can get back too. We all know that too. I mean, repossessions, things happen with people in general. you know, so we can get back.
How do you stop the cravings? I have the cravings, and it's just, you know, and I don't hate the drug. You're saying that you get to it, I don't hate the drug, I hate what it makes me do, but
So
I love the drug.
So in a way, the drug is like, which I heard a student say, like a best friend of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I have to get input from everybody. Kendra, you too. I mean, with you too, especially you, Pete, being sober for so long. What's your response? I mean, what do you do with those cravings?
I don't have it anymore, but you know, I remember in the early days, you know, how my mind would drift back into thinking, you know, stupid thoughts, you know, but it just wouldn't act on them, you know. But I don't have those thoughts anymore, you know. I guess it's been so long, I just forgot all about that life. But you know, it takes a long time to get there. It ain't an overnight process.
Did you, before you got to that point, did you, when it wasn't the desire, I guess, to change stronger, did you relapse during those times? Did you find a way to cope and fight the cravings? Or?
I started trying to get clean in 1975, and it took me to 1992. So I spent 17 years fighting that struggle, and I'd fight it a little bit, and I'd give in, fight a little bit more, give in.
So did you return back to the drugs?
Yeah, and then in 1992 I got sober, and I've been sober ever since.
And we could do that too. That's a great point. We could do that as a homework assignment. We could bring up next time. I mean, I know ways that we keep ourselves. I know I heard Kendra mention spirituality, and then what Pete likes said, keeping in hobbies, attending these meetings. So you're right. That's the way too. Keeping yourself active and forming new habits or new best friends. Mr. Field.
That makes sense.
And I mean, in closing, I think in closing, have a sheet for like everyone to read. Well, it's called Recovery as a Learning Process. And if we don't mind starting with Ann, just read a paragraph, and that's how we'll close out.
Recovery is a learning process. Recovery is about learning to love and value yourself enough to stop destroying yourself. It's about learning to change your mind and heart. It's about forgiving yourself and others. It's about letting go of shame and learning to accept your true self.
Recovery is about letting go of the lofty expectation of perfection that you have placed upon yourself and others. It's learning to love and accept yourself and others unconditionally.
You, Pete, and Teresa will finish.
Recovery is about learning to use your anger as the fuel to create something good, rather than denying it or holding it inside until you self-destruct, strike out at another.
Recovery is about learning that you have a choice. You can choose to be hopeful rather than hopeless. You can choose to act from faith rather than react from fear. And you can choose to enjoy life rather than merely survive it.
And who's our author?
Donna Newman.
Okay, thank you, everyone. We'll read that at the end for next time. And remember that, Kendra, as you're here, we are just, for all of us, because addiction is all kind of addiction. I have addictions too. It may not be drugs, but I'm addicted to something too. So it's just a learning process. So please keep coming, and everybody keep coming, and let's keep learning and growing. And thanks for your attending.
Thank
Thank you very much.